Hey everyone, and welcome to a playthrough of Through the Ages. Today we'll be taking on the challenge mode against a difficult AI player. This is the Impossible Challenge Goddess of War. In this particular challenge, my opponent will have one extra military action as well as an increase in strength based on the current age. We are playing random mix, so expect a mix of leaders from both the base game and expansion. Finally, I'll be using some abbreviations and terms. I apologize if you're not used to them. For starters, I will often refer to culture as VP or victory points. So, yeah, again, I hope you get used to that. Without further ado, let's begin. Wow, I'm giving my opponent so many good cards in the 2 row. Yikes, that's not good. What wonders are there? There's library. Wow, I do not like any of these that I see here. I would take Sun Tzu here if I could. Well, this is a very poor choice. I do not want any of these. Okay. I want Sun Tzu. Now, do I go for library or do I settle for one of these military wonders? Library is strong. Okay, if I take a wonder here, it's going to be Colossus. If I don't take a wonder here, I play Frugality. My issue is I'm pretty sure my opponent is... No, they've already taken Acropolis. I think Colossus is overkill. I would rather build Alexandria if I'm to be honest. And an amazing play I can make next turn is to take both EG and Alexandria. So I'm gonna Frugality here and pass the turn. Right, my hope is that Engineering Genius and Library will definitely make its way down. Yep, my opponent doesn't spend 2 CA for EG, so I get it. What's my opponent building? Acropolis. That's not good for me. Play the territory then. Okay, I could use some stone. So we take EG, we take library, we build the first stage of the library, and we build urban. Solid turn. Drop that. I need to compensate for not having good army. I'm not drawing the correct tactic. So I need to take knights here. I cannot give my opponent knights. That will just lose me the game. I can still play a card though. Which card would be the best to play here? Strategic territory is pretty good for me if I can get it. So let's play that. Two side. Okay, so this encourages me to go for Friedrich Barbarossa, except that he's not in the game. Wonderful. Alright. No arguments. We finish this. We cannot avoid corruption. I think corrupting here is fine, but we need to take knights here. Right? But yeah, I'm trying to avoid the strength-based cards as far as possible because I don't think I can win against my opponent in a strength battle. I do not have an idle unit, so I can't build warriors, but my opponent doesn't either. Okay. Hello Yonjishka. I think I want that. We can afford to play a card here, I think. Okay, if we don't play a card, my turn is going to be take 2, knights, take Yonjishka, build the knights. So I'm spending all my resources here, which means I can afford to play a card. Cultural influence is neutral. Knowledge of the ancients is good for me, I think. So let's play Knowledge of the Ancients. Free Temple. My opponent got the lead on that. Okay, follow through with the plan, take Yonjishka, and turn. Ooh, Pestilence can be really bad for me. Lose pop. So I'm really hoping to see Medieval Army or Phalanx here. That's Medieval Army, that's good. That keeps us in the game. My opponent went for swordsman. Alright. Do we play a card here? We are tied for the lead, so we can. If I reveal a territory here and I bid on it, I cannot recover the unit that I send out to colonize it because I don't have enough food. So I cannot play politics here, even though I'm in the lead. Yeah, I can't. That's fine. I think we secure Code of Laws here. We don't need monarchy if we have Code of Laws. My opponent's production is a lot better than mine. Can do this. We could take iron. Iron's okay. Do I swap leader here? It does give me 1 VP. Then I take reserves and monarchy. Just in case I want to revolt into monarchy. I think this is fine. My opponent went for theocracy. Interesting. Okay, medieval army is now public. Alright, I think now I'm weakest. But unlike last time, I can actually afford to... but so can my opponent. They can afford to send one or even both of their armies out. But I have a lot of colonization cards, so I think we can see this here. Okay, historic. I want to go for this because I have a happy face problem. So let's bid. Oh, nice. Okay, I don't even need to do that then. I can save on material. Okay, and because this solved my happy face problem, I don't actually have... I'm Yonjishka, right? I can do this. Yes, this is good. I don't need any of the cards here. I'm strongly considering doing this. I think that's a really strong play. Well, there is that. I'm just short on that. I think it can't be helped. Yeah, I don't think it can be helped. If I had one more population, this would be fine, but I think we'll live with this. My only issue with this play is that it gives my opponent Basilica, but if they take Basilica, I take Carolina instead, so I think I'm fine. I think I need to increase my action pool while I still can, because I don't have good signs this game, so I am basically forced to revolt sooner or later if I want actions. Science rating. Alright, they take EG, but neither of those two. Interesting. Okay. So. I could take Basilica here, which solves all my happiness problems. Or I could take Carolina here, which removes the need for me to research more science. And also denies Carolina to my opponent, who just picked up EG. That's a pretty tough choice. Alright, I know neither of these cards will harm me if I play, so I think I have to play here. I could play VT. Yeah, I think seeding VT here is fine. I can seed VT here and research cartography. Okay, so I'm gonna research cartography for sure. The question is, which wonder do I now take? Do I deny my opponent by going for science, or do I go for Basilica myself? Basilica is really, really powerful. I believe it does amplify my historic territory. I would never have to worry about happy faces for the rest of the game, and it gives more culture. I think Basilica is correct. I can still go for alchemy. It will come down for 1, or I could go straight for scientific method. But there is so much value in denying Carolina. Wow. What would you pick? I have no idea. These are really, really close. It must be said that I am hitting my population limit soon, so completing Basilicas, means that I can devote the rest of my resources to other stuff. Oof. Yeah, I'm in a bind, really. There's only one copy of Team Sports, and I'm not guaranteed to get it. Like, to me, Basilica is always the easy pick. But Carolina does allow me to spend my resources. If I go Basilica, I can't build both stages. I can avoid corruption, but I can complete it next turn. Wow. This is so close. If I take Carolina here and I build, I cannot complete it next turn. I need 6. I'll only have 4. I can complete it next turn. I can play reserves and finish it. Ooh, this is so close. You have no idea. Which wonder would you go for here? Let me know. Pause the video right now and leave a comment in the comment section. I would love to hear your inputs and your justifications for going for each. I think focusing on science is the correct move. You can solve happy faces with other means like winning VT. That is true. That is actually quite true, huh? Okay. We'll do this then. That is so close. You have no idea. That was such an agonizing decision. Do I push it to 6? I can afford to go all the way to 6. But I do want to save a card for VT. I think I'll push it to 5. Yep, that's the correct move. If it was pushed to 6, I think I'll be fine because my opponent would have lost a lot of resources getting a strategic territory anyway. Alright, my turn. These are very interesting things that I'm looking at here. Horse cannon. Ooh, horse cannon. That rings off Zhishka. It's worth 3 instead of 3. Medieval army is also worth 3. Okay. Do I play politics here? That's a tough one. I think I do because there's so many territories in my hand. Even though I'm in last place, I think I do. There we go. That's VT. I have to bid everything. Okay, that's mine. Alright, so I guess we're not completing the uni. Yeah, that completely changed everything. We are going to build our army back up. I am quite tempted to take riflemen. Actually, no. You would never take riflemen here. You always go for horse gun. So I just wait for cannon. In this game mode, normally I would consider denying the first red card of each age to my opponent because if they get their hands on it, they will be able to upgrade their army and pose a military threat. However, because my opponent only has men, they don't have gun, they don't have horse, so with just men, they cannot really build into any good H2 tactic. So I'm not too afraid of my opponent taking riflemen here. Their strength can only go up by so much. So 4 actions left, which is pretty rich. We could take science method. I think that's too much science. If this were coal, I would take it, right? Because I'm fine with science. I have 2 science wonders. Science is not an issue. The issue here is coal production. I mean resource production. I'm not completing this uni anytime soon, and that is, yes, resources are going to slow me down a lot because I spent a lot attempting to colonize. So, yep, okay, I'm going to make a very weird play here. So, initially the option was to take these 3 cards, which are the most useful cards in the 1 and 2 CA row. But alchemy, I don't ever see myself developing. With 2 science universities, I'm fine with skipping alchemy. If scientific method gets to me for 1 CA, I'll sure take it. But otherwise, I'm fine with just leaving my science as it is. Because it'll be 5 science production, and there's a second scientific method coming down the line anyway. So alchemy is not good, not useful for me. Urban growth, if I'm not building alchemy and my opponent takes scientific method, urban growth is gonna clog up my hand. Frugality is nice, but I think ultimately, looking at the board state, right now, my most pressing issue is I'm only generating 3 resource per turn. My opponent's generating a lot more. To solve that, I need to develop iron. And the best way to get my iron up is to take efficient upgrade, because if I don't, Upgrading this costs me 3 resources, which means every single turn I must dedicate all my resources to upping to iron. And that's a huge waste of time and resource because those resources should really be going here. So this play allows me to get 1 iron as soon as possible. This play will look a lot less good if coal comes down the line, but if that happens, well, there's not much I can do about it. And anyway, even if coal comes down the line, it's pretty expensive to research and very, very difficult to upgrade from bronze. So I think this play is fine. If scientific method makes it down to 1 CA, I will take it and I will get a very good science lead. Otherwise, I'm fine with this. Okay, we do not need this. We should get rid of the aggressions. There we go. Now, ha! Speak of coal. I knew it would come down. And my opponent does take that. And annoyingly, coal is in the 2 CA slot. Alright. Yeah. Not a very good thing to see. We will play a thing. We'll play Historic Territory. Okay, we lost a bit of science. That's actually big. This means we can't choose to develop coal this turn. I feel like giving coal to my opponent is a mistake. Well, first thing we do is this, for sure. We can choose to either get 1 stage on the wonder or go up. I prefer going up. So I could spend 2 CA to deny my opponent coal, which would starve them for the game. I think that's a good play. I can't give it to them for 1 CA. Science is not going to be a problem, so I'll take rich land, which will help me upgrade this. So realistically, the choice here is between taking rich land, which accelerates my resource game, or if I take rich land, I'll corrupt in terms of food, which means I get less population. I think corrupting is fine, because even if I up food here, I'm going to end up with 4 food at the end of my turn. If I take rich land, I will corrupt, which means I lose 2 food, but then again 2 food. So I end up with 5 food at the end of my turn and 1 less population. So I think this works out. Yes, I think this works out. Okay, let's get rid of plunder. Ah, my opponent got Newton. Yeah, I would have liked Newton. Newton's pretty good for them. Now they have insane science production. But now they do not have Nostradamus anymore, so I can continue playing cards. I do not want to ravage my library. Yeah, that helps my opponent a lot more than I. So no, we won't do that. I don't see myself using freedom of movement this game. Immigration doesn't really do anything. International agreement is really nice. I think I'll play that. As long as I can maintain my culture. I mean my lead. What is very tempting? As is, I can't go for Gaudi here. Alright, what am I doing here? I'm probably not developing coal. I'll only develop coal if I take what? The problem is I don't like any of these leaders here, so what seems actually like the best leader. I could just take what right now. Take scientific method. If I ramp up my science, no, that doesn't work. I do want to complete this. This seems okay. Oh, but I concede wave of nationalism to my opponent. That's not acceptable. Oof. Okay, so that means I cannot take what? The reason I say that is wave of nationalism is a huge game changer that allows my opponents to overtake me in terms of strength by giving them the ability to build many more military units. Factoring in the +4 strength my opponent gets during this age change, I would much rather have wave of nationalism on my side so that I can build up my army after the age change. If I review a territory and I lose units, I can use wave to build my units back up. So wave is a non-negotiable pick. Food is non-negotiable. If I do this, I need to do this to not corrupt. And scientific method is non-negotiable, otherwise I'm stuck with no technology. This leaves me with one action remaining. I can either spend it on the wonder. I can spend it using rich land to upgrade. I think rich land is the best possible move here. So I'm just going to hold coal as a denial. I'm not going to build it because I didn't get what, which is fine. Yeah. Okay, this seems fine. Wow! We got so much culture off that. And they are now constitution monarchy. Okay, I need to play a card here before they get navigation into play. So, inhabited territory doesn't look that good anymore. Breeding is here. It's in a very awkward spot though. If my opponent denies it from me, I'm in trouble. I could play good harvest. I think playing good harvest here is fine. Oh, that's fantastic. Yes. Yes, this allows me to take breeding. I should also take cannon, and that's me. Wonderful. Okay, that's perfect. All right. Finish this. So, do I prioritize science more or food more? Because I have 2 spare units here, I think science is more important. And I have 2 spare actions, so I can take cards. Wonderful. I have my pick of yellow cards. Breakthrough is amazing. Urban growth is amazing. Do I need the extra science? I'm going to play these 2 cards, and I'm probably going to build Suez Canal to colonize inhabited from my hand. So I think this is fine. I don't think I'm developing any more science related stuff after this. It's all gonna be a strain on my resources instead. Alright, this looks fine. Yes, the last 2 cards are territories, so I don't have to worry about them having military lead. This is good. Let's drop Ravagers. I'm not playing that. I'm not warring. Okay, it's looking okay so far, but I need to start gaining VP. I'm very worried about my VP. Okay, we take that. Okay, they go up to 15, so... Ooh. Okay, looks like I have a lot of things to do here. Wave. Break through the cannon. Build the cannon. Build the horse. Play the tactic. I'm still behind. But we can research this. Right, so we'll not be behind. Now, the problem with this play is I don't get Suez Canal. That's quite an issue. I think passing Suez Canal here is not the worst deal. It just means that I don't get inhabited territory, but I can take Opera instead. Opera's pretty good. I've lost my leader as well, which is scary. That is actually scary. But JS Park is coming down. I'll take JS Park. Okay. I think this is okay. I even get 1 extra action. Yeah, I spend a lot of resources catching up in army. I don't have to spend that many resources. I don't have to build the second knight, right? I'll be 6 behind. But I can easily defend with the 4 tools. If I build this, I'll be 4 behind, and I still need to defend with a 4-2 anyway. Okay, we'll keep it as this. This gives me resources to play selective, upgrade selective, and still urban growth here. Lamp to H2. Right? This seems good. The only problem with this is I lose one resource from Wave of Nationalism. It's not a big deal. I think this is the better play. My only issue with this play is if they declare a war or aggression on me, I cannot defend. I only have 6 resources on my next turn. That is actually a legitimate concern. You could hope for military theory to come out. But that's pretty much it. If they declare war, I cannot defend. I only have 6 resources and building another set of army costs 8. So maybe it is safer to forego the science. I still need the food, that's for sure. But instead of doing that, I do this. So I can threaten building the cannon next turn if need be. This is the safer play. Then I have one hanging action. I guess I'll just take cavalryman here. There's nothing better to do with my final action. I'm keeping both 4-2s and terrorism. I'm not ceding any more territories. Alright, that came out. My opponent really wants it for the happy face. I'm obliged to defend here. Okay. I think I've sufficiently forced my opponent out. Right, that's good. So unfortunately, they did solve their happiness problem, but now they're not posing that big of a military threat, which is good news for us. We know that good harvest is coming out. We could proc it here by playing terrorism. Sure. I could use the extra food. Okay. Now all these are events that were seeded my opponent. I'm worried about strength-based events, so I probably should do this. Then I take Buck, I play Buck. Now I feel like I should take oil here. That shuts my opponent out of resources for the rest of the game and makes it very difficult for them to complete their Louvre Museum. Yeah, I'll just play the denial game on the resource side. Actually, there's a very good chance I want to play oil here and upgrade my stuff. I do have to try to make up the 20 culture deficit somehow though. Multimedia is a good start. I can't upgrade any of my buildings. I could play Endowment of the Arts for 6 culture. It's actually not bad, honestly. That's not bad. What H3 leader am I playing? I am definitely going to develop Opera and lean into Bach. So maybe my endgame is with Dietrich. Dietrich seems like the best endgame leader for me. Churchill is always solid. Oh, Dietrich is actually out. Will my opponent take Dietrich? They might. Nah, they won't. They don't have any operas. They can't take Dietrich. Okay, so Dietrich will come down to me for cheap. That's good. Oh, hold on. No. If I take endowment for the arts, Dietrich will be 1 CA for them to take, and that is, I'm not very comfortable with that. Yeah, because given a choice between Mandela and Dietrich, they'll certainly take Dietrich. So I can't take endowment for the arts, which is really annoying. I would love to take that. 6 VP is nothing to scoff at. I could develop opera here. I think more realistic is developing oil here, to be honest. This is quite an early oil, all things considered. So I think I develop oil here and aim to get Dietrich and Air Forces next turn if Air Forces is passed down to me. Right. Okay. Cross my fingers, hope Dietrich makes it down to me. That was good for me. They take Air Forces and Democracy, but leave me with Dietrich, so that's good. Alright. Do we play politics? We are weaker. Maybe not. But I think we'll be weaker at the end of the turn anyway. So the plan here is to play Opera first, make use of Bach's ability to urban growth, do lateral urban growth. What this allows me to do is to give me enough resources to build either cannon or knights. So if I build cannons here, I'll be stronger. I'll take military build up, and I'll play Dietrich, which gives me a lot of strength. Now, I don't need computers here, so I can take reserves. Taking reserves means that I can spend my next turn upgrading my production, because it costs 6 to upgrade. That's everything I have. I can almost taste the victory. I feel like I'm really close, but I think my low science production might be my Achilles heel. So I think for this final stage of the game, I'm just going to focus as much as I can on dumping workers into Opera and taking wonders because I'm going for oil. The I was looking for Hollywood. There's no Hollywood. Internet is okay. Spaceflight is not that good. Yeah, the rest are not that good. Red Cross might be okay because I have the capability to ramp up my food production. No, I can't take Red Cross. Spaceflight is going. Red Cross is going. The only wonder that I can take is Internet. Okay. I could also take Manhattan to guarantee a military lead because they are gonna gain 8 strength at the end of this age. I really don't have a lot of time to catch up though, so I think most of my remaining actions are gonna be spent taking population and tossing them into Opera. It just looks like that kind of game. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's enough VP to win against my opponent, but I'll give it my best shot. Any excess science can go towards engineering. Engineering will be a huge discount. I will certainly take engineering if it rotates down to me for 1 CA. Okay. Did I play an action this turn? I chose not to. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Ooh, do you think I'll take... No, I could take Modern Army. I think we are not playing Freedom of Movement. Okay. Nice. Now they have a huge angry face problem. That is really good for me. That is really, really good for me. Okay, I can taste the victory. I just need to push my production a bit higher. Oh, that was huge. Losing historic territory is like pulling the rug from underneath them. We definitely play industry. Oh, we have to be careful about terrorism. We need terrorism to come out before we assert them in culture. So industry is really good because we are going for oil. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, do not like. They also took our engineering, which is really annoying. I wanted that. Alright, so we can only up that once. Yeah, this is very slow. But we can take both efficient upgrades and urban growth. So we'll have a very strong next turn. It's just that this turn's a bit lackluster. I think that's fine. But the age is ending very soon. That's my biggest worry. Alright. What do I pilfer here? Oh wait, no, they get to choose what I pilfer. Okay. I am still stronger, so we can play technology, which is not good for me. Variety, also not good for me. Let's play out this turn and see how things look like. We are upgrading the mine twice. We are putting 2 dramas in, so this is a huge VP gain. Ah, I have a lot of happy faces. Okay. That changes things because now I think taking communism is a good idea. Okay, that's good, that's good. We need terrorism to come out now though. So I have to play a card here at my expense. I really don't want to play an impact for them. I guess the good news is... Oh, but they have efficient upgrade and they have reserves. So they urban upgrade. Hmm. I mean, the good news is they are shackled right now. Without happy faces, they can't really go anywhere. This turn is a non-turn for them. They have to build pro sports to solve their happy face problem. But if they do, that's not giving them VP. And yeah, I think they have to build pro sports this turn. But they don't even have the science. They don't have science cards. Yeah, they're in a very bad spot. So I don't have to worry about their military ramping up, aside from them playing pro sports, which gives them 38. Is that a concern for me? No, because I can play Air Force. No, I can't play Air Forces. 38 is quite a lot, actually. Hmm. But I have a lot of food. In worst case, I can always dump more soldiers there. So I'm just calculating whether it's better for me to go for variety or tech. I'm going to lose both for sure, but which one will I lose less on? I feel like tech is very dangerous because they can pull science out of nowhere to build a bunch of tech, and each tech is worth 4 VP, which is a lot. Whereas variety only results in a 2 culture swing, whereas technology is a 4 culture swing every time they build something. I'm almost certainly not going to be able to complete internet because I don't have engineering, so I don't have the actions to finish it, which is a shame. So I'm really not sure how my endgame looks like here. I can develop one more technology, probably like computers, or I could take Revel idea. If I take Revel idea, I can develop 15 science worth of cards, which is probably just movies, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have a lot of choices here. I can gain a maximum of one more, either level 3 movies, level 3 computers. Each type of unit, urban building, and special tech. I guess for unit it's fine because getting a warrior gives me 2 points, getting a temple gives me 2 points. So I think I should go for impact of variety. Alright. Alright, let's rewind everything. I will win terrorism and I get to destroy their signs. Terrorism is really good now. Alright. Boom goes the signs. Okay, so now we play communism. We build urban growth, build efficient upgrade the mine twice. Now we are out of actions. So we don't take the last worker. Okay, that was a mistake. Right, this is enough. Urban growth, the theater. Build a new theater manually. Wait, I can't? One worker. I'll take one worker. Build another one. Efficient upgrade the mine twice. Last action, I'll take Revel idea. This one. Make sure they don't get the revolutionary idea because I want to keep their science low so that they can't research anything new. I also need to beware that next turn my opponent will have the military lead. So they'll have 34 to 31. But I don't have to worry about military strength-based events. I just need to worry about aggressions, but I won't be aggressed, so that's fine. Okay, yep. That's fine. Okay, ooh, they took my internet. That's nasty. I wanted internet. Okay, so final turn for both of us. I need to predict what sort of impacts my opponent has played. It is not strength. It could be... Okay, I could try to max out balance here. As far as balance goes, science is my weakest. So I could show up my science. Anyway, that will help for impact of science, which I will almost certainly win looking at this. But I think balance here gives me the best benefit. Strength is very dangerous. I have no guarantee that I can win strength, so it has to be balance that I play here. For balance, I can build one more scientific method to go up to 9 science, and I can build one more farm to go up to 9 food production. So that will give me a very good impact of balance. I'm still quite a number of points behind, which is very scary. Okay, we'll play impact of balance and hope for the best. Okay, that's ours. That's good. That's 15 points versus 3. Wonderful. Okay. Right, so let's settle the impact of balance first. Ooh. I cannot afford that. I cannot afford to raise both my science and my food production to +9 as I originally planned with impact of balance. The most I can do is +6 or +7. So that changes my plan. This means that after raising my production to 6, I will need to use the rest of my resources to try to either maximize the amount of culture produced by my dramas or to play for the impact of variety that I seeded earlier on and build a warrior and a temple. Both of those are unique buildings that will contribute 4 culture to my impact of variety. After a lot of hemming and hawing, I decided to employ a hybrid strategy where I would deploy one worker into drama and the other worker goes to the temple. This way I get the best of both worlds. I get the 4 VP from drama, but I also get 2 VP from impact of balance thanks to adding a worker to the temple. And I also get 1 extra VP because the temple produces VP. The temple also produces an extra happy face, which would help if my opponent seeded impact of happiness. So this seemed like the best possible play I could make given the situation. I played military build-up in my hand for fun here. There was nothing I could do with it. There was no reason to build up my military at this point, unless I was expecting impact of competition, which I would win against my opponent anyway due to having more military units. I think we're done here. Alright, cross our fingers. We've done our best this game. I hope 4 operas are enough. Wait! Yeah, he could develop it, but he couldn't put a building there. So I win on balance by 6 points as expected. There are only 3 impacts. Harmony, I got 20, they got 12. And the variety that I was worried about, I think they outscored me here, but only by 2. So this is a victory for me. Wow, that was hard. I failed so many games. I think there were about 10 failed recordings prior to this successful result. What can I say? Yeah, Yon Zhishka's very good with Sun Tzu. But really the clutch was towards the end where my opponent's historic territory, got fed up and decided to declare independence. That really spun them into a spiral where they couldn't. Yeah, they had to destroy a lot of their buildings because of happy face issues, and that's how I won. Also, because of how quickly your opponent can ramp up their military, especially in the later ages, I feel like there is a significant luck aspect involved in succeeding in this challenge. You need to be able to draw the correct tactics in each age if you want to keep up against your opponent. In age 2 this game I got pretty lucky because I managed to draw the gun and horse tactic, which allowed me to set up an army with cannons and knights for the remainder of the game. Normally, my opponent in age 3 and 4 would completely steamroll over me by building air forces and an age 3 army. However, another crucial aspect to me winning this game was the denial plays. They did not go for iron, and I made sure with my many civil actions to deny coal and oil from the table. Even though I did not end up playing coal, the most important thing there was that my opponent was never able to get enough resources to challenge me on military without sacrificing the rest of their civilization. You'll also notice that I denied the singleton copies of Wave of Nationalism and Military Buildup in Ages 2 and 3 respectively, ensuring that my opponent really never had the opportunity to build up their military. Therefore, I could ignore H3 military entirely. No H3 military units, not even air forces, and no H3 tactics either. This allowed me to channel my limited amount of science into developing my food, my resource, my science, and my culture production. And that was how I was able to close out the game by ensuring that I dominated my opponent in basically every single production aspect. So I wouldn't lose on any impacts at all. Crazy. Alright. Thanks for watching. See you next time.